somebody put a wrench on a gas line in one of my rentals. Not a contractor, not the city, a tenant. Just 1 week after we installed a brand new heater, the city called and told us we had a gas leak. We had no idea why. My contractor asked her one simple question. Her answer is the reason I now double check every tenant's idea of handling it myself. Now, if you're a landlord, a homeowner, or even a renter, this story just isn't funny. It's expensive. When most people think about maintenance costs, they think about equipment wearing out. What they don't budget for is someone unknowingly breaking perfectly good equipment every single day. By the time you discover it, you're not replacing a worn out part. You're fixing damage that never should have happened in the first place. This one started as an ordinary maintenance call and ended with the city calling me about a gas leak. One afternoon, one of our tenants called and said, "My heater isn't working." We sent our HVAC contractor out. About 20 minutes later, he called me. Needs a new heater. Not exactly the news you want to hear, but it wasn't unusual either. So we approved it. Brand new heater was installed. Every gas connection checked. Every fitting tightened. System fired up. Heat was blowing. Everything passed inspector. Contractor packed up. Everybody went home. We all thought story was over. It wasn't. Exactly 1 week later, my phone rang. Again. This time, it wasn't the tenant. It's the city. They're calling about the heater. They said, "We got a gas leak." Now, my mind immediately went somewhere else. I wasn't thinking about the tenant anymore. I was thinking, did we just install a brand new heater that was leaking gas? If we had missed something, if one of our fittings had failed, this wasn't just an expensive mistake. It was a dangerous one. We immediately sent the contractor back out. And that's when the story went from stressful to downright unbelievable. The contractor started checking every single gas connection. Soap bubbles, gas detector, pressure, checks everything. He's moving methodically throughout the system. Then suddenly he stops for several seconds, and then he's just staring at one fitting. And then he waves me over. He points at the pipe. "You see that?" At first I didn't because I'm blind. Then I leaned in. There were deep marks cut into the fitting. No scratches, no corrosion, teeth marks. The kind only a pipe wrench leaves behind. The contractor looked at me and said, "I know one thing. My guys didn't make those." That immediately raised another question. If the installer didn't touch it and the city inspector didn't touch it, then who did? Did my contractor come by? Did someone hire a handyman? Neighbor decide to help? Nobody should be putting a wrench on a gas fitting. The contractor stood there for a second. Then he asked the tenant one simple question. "Ma'am, when you want to turn your heater off, how do you do it?" Now, there's about 10 normal answers to that question. You turn down the thermostat, you flip the switch, you shut it off. Anything like that. Instead, she smiled, not even a nervous smile, a proud smile. Like she's about to show us a boomer life hack. And said, "Oh, I'll show you." And she disappeared into her bedroom. Now we're both standing there, kind of waiting. 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Contractor looks at me. I look back at him. Neither of us have no freaking clue what's happening. Then she comes walking back down the hallway, and she's carrying the biggest freaking pipe wrench I've ever seen. I'm talking about one of those giant red pipe wrenches plumbers use. The kind you don't accidentally own. She held it up like she was showing a trophy. Then she said, "This is how I turn it off." The contractor just blinked. "What do you mean?" She said, "Whenever the heat gets too warm, I put this on the pipe. I twist it until the heater shuts off." Silence. Nobody said a word. I honestly thought maybe I misunderstood her. The contractor asked again, "You put the wrench on the gas pipe?" She nodded, "Yep, every time. Every single time." She wanted the heater off. She wasn't touching the thermostat or the controls. She's grabbing a pipe wrench, a giant one, walking over to the heater, putting it directly on the gas fitting, twisting it until the heat stopped. Suddenly, every piece of the puzzle fit together. The heater had never been the problem. Installation wasn't the problem. Fittings weren't affected. Every time she wanted the house cooler, she loosened the gas fitting. She had literally trained herself to believe that's how you turn off a heater. Wrench marks, gas leak, why everything tested perfectly at installation, why everything tested perfectly during installation and somehow failed a week later. It all made sense. Thankfully, the city detected the leak before something much worse happened. The contractor replaced the damaged fitting, pressure tested everything again, and made sure the system was safe, and then very carefully explained what the dot on the wall was actually for. Needless to say, that pipe wrench never touched a heater again. That story has stayed with me for years because it completely changed how I think about maintenance calls. People ask me all the time, what's the craziest repair you've dealt with? Honestly, it usually isn't because equipment failed or wears out. That's predictable. The unpredictable part of this game is people. Most tenants aren't trying to damage your property, they're trying to solve a problem. But sometimes they solve it with the wrong tool. And sometimes that wrong tool is a big old wrench on a natural gas fitting. Now, anytime a tenant tells me, don't worry, I already tried fixing it, I don't relax. I immediately start wondering, so what exactly did you touch? Because after enough years as a landlord, you learn one simple truth. Sometimes the most expensive repair isn't broken equipment. It's the person trying to fix the broken equipment. If you ever see someone walking toward a gas heater with a big old wrench, stop them before the city has to call you first.